Was Nazi technology ahead of time? Let's debunk. They say the Nazis were decades ahead of everyone else. Flying saucers, wonder weapons, secret technology, science experiments that sounded impossible. But how much of it was actually real, and how much became internet mythology? Today, we're separating facts from fiction. Was Nazi technology truly ahead of its time? Let's debunk. During World War II, Nazi Germany invested heavily into science and engineering. And to be fair, some of their technology genuinely shocked the world. They created advanced rockets, jet-powered aircraft, and weapons that influenced future military development for decades. But over time, history mixed with exaggeration, movies, conspiracy theories, and internet myths transformed Nazi Germany into something almost supernatural. So today, we'll examine the real technology and the myths people still believe. One invention that truly was ahead of its time was the V-2 rocket. Designed under Wernher von Braun, the V-2 became the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. It could travel faster than the speed of sound, making it nearly impossible to intercept at the time. In rocketry, Nazi Germany was genuinely advanced, but there's an important detail people ignore. Being advanced doesn't mean unbeatable. The V-2 was extremely expensive, inaccurate, and strategically inefficient. It looked terrifying, but it didn't change the outcome of the war. Another real technological leap was the Messerschmitt M. Nazi propaganda heavily promoted something called Wonder Web. People began claiming the Nazis had flying saucers, anti-gravity machines, supernatural technology. Nazi Germany was advanced in specific areas, especially rockets and jet propulsion, but technologically superior overall. Not really. Other nations were also making massive breakthroughs, but they also had terrible strategic decisions and unrealistic projects that consumed resources. So why are people still obsessed with Nazi technology? Because it feels mysterious. A collapsing regime building, futuristic machines during one of humanity's darkest periods. Sounds almost unreal. Their rocket and jet research genuinely influenced future technology. But many of the legendary stories people hear today are exaggerated. They weren't science fiction supervillains with impossible machines. They were a regime pushing desperate innovation during war. And sometimes, the myth became bigger than the truth. History becomes dangerous when myths replace reality. And maybe that's why these stories still matter today. Not because of fantasy, but because real technological progress can still emerge from dark periods of history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe, and maybe next time, we'll debunk another mystery.